There's been a variety of changes made to my LEGO Reading Railroad T1 since the last video detailing this engine. Start in the front with this brand new coupling which allows it to be in double headers. This isn't a perfect fit, having to stick out this part here, an extra plate, and the coupling sticks out quite a bit, but the double heading steam engines look really cool, and I feel that the slight issues with it still make it worth keeping on the engine. Then we work our way up the front. I took away a few more of the stairs because they were just interfering with the engine a little too much. I think I could add one back here. It's just a work in progress there, as well as the rods. The rods are still a long way from being done, but I have not forgotten about them. I just need to figure out what to do because there's a large gap here, and this gap just does not do well on turn, so I have to figure out how I can make it the rod to turn while still functioning. It's quite a task. And we'll continue at the bottom where I filled in the gap between the driving wheels and the back wheel, which gives it a much better look down there than we had previously. Which another area that got a much better look is the side. I filled in the boiler with some tiles instead of some slopes so that it runs down the model as the real model does, and added raised striping here to allow the T1 to look much more accurate with the tiles and a little slope here. I wasn't able to finish it all the way up just because of the way the LEGO slips and plates work together, but I think it gave a nice look, and this will be much easier to connect up to the 2102 because I lowered the cab down a little bit, which hopefully that can be worked together. It's still not 100% finished because I have to decal this, and I'll get that when I get my Pennsylvania T1 decal. But this is definitely coming along, and let's go to the roof where we have our final changes. The front I pretty much kept the same. I left that. I'm considering adding a 4x4 round plate. I'm not sure though if I'm going to go through with it. And if you're wondering why there's a gap between the stripes, it's again the turns. If you look, that would not be able to go anywhere near each other, these two pieces. I actually had to move the front out a little bit because these were running into the front of the boiler. Then we come up to the roof. I added a few more details to the roof and joined the two circles as the real model has. I'm considering trying to figure out a way to get it better joined and still have more of the dome look. But I'm waiting on a lot of pieces from LEGO, also for the Pennsylvania Railroad T1, so it's just a waiting game right now. And I left the tender exactly the same, no changes here. Still looks just as good as before. Actually, I somehow was able to manage a small gap between the locomotive and tender. This fluctuates just based on how it's running, because having a larger gap makes the train run easily compared to a smaller gap, based on what I found, but just flawlessly around the turns. Not a big fan of it articulating, but it's what I have to do to make it go around the LEGO turns. And expect a drive rod update and a T1 doubleheader. Subscribe and stay tuned for more LEGO Reading Railroad videos.